welcome to God's 5 Minutes with Pastor Ed Wilson. Reach him at GodsFiveMinutes@gmail.com. Now, here's Ed Wilson with God's 5 Minutes.
Hello, friends. The King James Version of the Bible opens with a majestic statement: in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. Mighty worlds far in the atmosphere above us, gleaming stars 15,000 light years and more away, moons and planets and comets with vast, unimaginable distances separating them, and terrific forces, some partly understood, some only guessed at, acting upon them, novas, cosmic dust, and cosmic winds. From where has all this come? For ponder, study, and penetrate the mysteries as scientific minds have and do, no rational explanation exists for what came before. Nothing comes from nothing. If there were not some first cause, how could so much matter, so far-flung and so terrific in composition, possibly come to be? And if this first cause were not a supreme, reasoning entity, how could the order that is everywhere demonstrated in the tremendous, endless universe with its billions and billions of stars been set in place? The Bible is not a science book. Its primary purpose is not that of explaining to us all the secrets of science and natural wonders. There is nothing in it about how to harness electricity or to build combustion engines that run on liquids pumped from far beneath the earth's surface. The Bible is a love letter from God, designed to show us His face, and anything in it referring to the manner of our being and the environment of our universe is only there coincidentally, as it refers to something still greater, which is the person of God Himself. No scientific explanation can disprove the great scriptural opening that in the beginning God created. To properly value the grand opening of the book of Genesis and the facts it declares, we must understand the condition of mankind when it was written. When Moses led the fledgling Israelite nation through the Red Sea, some form or other of paganism, with its endless parade of gods, was practically the only religion in existence. The concept of there being one God, monotheism rather, was astonishing for its time. The book of Genesis is carefully calibrated to explain in simplest terms, without delving into all the possible questions that can be asked, that there is in truth only one God, that He is holy, and that His holiness absolutely causes that there must be laws of right and wrong behavior, and that there are consequences of violating those laws. The Genesis message is that there are not gods of the river, gods of the morning and the evening, rain gods and fire gods, and gods that look like bulls or crocodiles, all of which the ancients believed. This book of Genesis swept the heavens and earth clear of the crowd of gods and showed the Almighty above, the author of all things. The idea of one creating God is nothing new to us, but it was an emancipating power on the banks of the Red Sea. This liberating concept freed from the idea of a king's retinue being offered as a sacrifice with him to accompany him after death. It paved the way for the vague, half-baked concepts of the gods, with their ever-shifting patterns of being worshipped, to be replaced. Thinkers who were unburdened by believing the hoot of an owl meant someone was going to die, or puzzling over how to so perpetuate the gods that cattle and sheep would be fertile, were free to find the real causes of cattle disease and depleted soils. It was, in fact, the concept of there being one God, and He defined as He is for us in the Bible, that opened the great fountain of scientific development that has unleashed human inventiveness. The record is emphatic and unique as to the mode of creation. God said, and it was so. That lifts us above all the poor childish myths of the nations, some of them disgusting, many of them absurd, all of them unworthy. There was no other agency than the putting forth of the divine will. The speech of God is really only a symbol of the flashing forth of His will. He spake, and it was done. That is the sovereign signature of the everlasting Almighty. That is God.
You have been listening to God's 5 Minutes with Pastor Ed Wilson. Reach him by email at GodsFiveMinutes@gmail.com. Tune in next time to hear more encouraging thoughts from God's Word on God's 5 Minutes with Pastor Ed Wilson.